I'm Katherine Woodward Thomas, licensed marriage and family therapist and New York Times bestselling author of Conscious Uncoupling: 5 Steps to Living Happily Even After. Breakups can bring out the worst, even in the best of us. Breakups can be a terrible trauma. Dr. Judith Herman from Harvard Medical School called breakups a rupture of attachment, and she said that they can be one of the more difficult things that any of us will ever have to go through. In the midst of a breakup, we can start saying and doing all sorts of things that are outside of who we normally know ourselves to be. Our bodies are just flooded with fight or flight hormones, and we can begin behaving in ways that are so foreign to us and so outside of our ethics of who we actually want to be in this lifetime. In the process, we can do a tremendous amount of damage to ourselves and to our children. But we want to remember that we and our children will be living with the consequences of every action we take and every choice that we make during this difficult time. We want to find a way to be able to act in integrity with our ideals and in alignment with our ethics over these negative emotions that can just take us over as though tidal waves of negativity is washing over us. We see our breakups as a failure of love, and that somehow someone must be wrong and bad if a relationship is ending before one or both people die. Yet statistically, the truth is that most of us will have 2 to 3 significant relationships in our lifetime, which just implies 1 or 2 significant breakups. I'm pro-marriage. I'm just not pro-misery. And if there comes a time when the right thing to do is to separate, there's a way to do this that can leave everyone involved healthy, wholesome, and free. And in a time where more people will break up this year than will eat grapefruit for breakfast or buy a new car, it's time that we learned how to do this better. That's why I created the 5 steps of conscious uncoupling, so that we can learn how to do this consciously and in a way that's in alignment with our core values. And certainly in a way that's going to leave ourselves and those we love set up to win moving forward from here, so that we can learn our lessons and grow in the ways that we'll need to grow in order to ensure that, number 1, we'll never make these same mistakes again, and number 2, that we are equipped to have happy, healthy love in our future. I teach conscious uncoupling because I myself was the product of my parents' ugly divorce, and I spent decades in the trenches of toxic relational habits as a result. When my first husband and I decided to end our marriage, we aligned upon an intention to make sure that our daughter would have a happy childhood in the aftermath of our divorce. I'm happy to say that we did that really well, and that became the foundation of conscious uncoupling. And now I want to teach you how you can do the same, so that you and those you love can thrive in the aftermath of a breakup or a divorce. So whether you're in the midst of a breakup right now, or if you're still suffering with unresolved grief from a past breakup, or you're anticipating a possible breakup in your near future, conscious uncoupling can deliver you to the other side of heartache in a way that leaves your heart open, healthy, light, and free. It can help you to use the pain that you're in to let your heart break open, so that you can finally graduate from painful patterns in love that have plagued you maybe for decades. And you can successfully do the Conscious Uncoupling program with or without your former partner's cooperation or participation. It really only takes one person to have a conscious uncoupling. When you come into this quest, you're going to learn how to have mastery over your emotions in a way that you never have before. You're going to know how to stand in the center of your power in a way that you've always wanted to. You're going to graduate from your painful patterns in love. You're going to master some of the missing skills and capacities that have caused your relationships to be handicapped in the past. You're also going to be doing that in the company of like-minded others, so that you have people who are there supporting you, guiding you, and leading you all the way. In other words, you're going to be so much better off and your life so transformed at the end of our 5 weeks together that even if the breakup is one of the hardest things you've ever been through, you might actually be really grateful for it. In our 5 weeks together, you're going to move through the 5 steps of conscious uncoupling, taking 1 step for every week. The first week, find emotional freedom. You are going to learn how to transform any negative emotions that you might be experiencing into the fuel that you'll need for positive change. In step 2, reclaim your power in your life. You're going to learn how to be responsible for your side of things in a way that liberates you from ever making those same mistakes again. In week 3, break the pattern and heal your heart. This is where you're going to get very clear about the core beliefs that have been driving your dysfunctional patterns in love up until now, and you're going to actually be liberated to evolve beyond them. In week 4, become a love alchemist. You're going to be able to shift the energy between yourself and your former partner and begin to move everyone involved to greater levels of peace. And in step 5, create your happy even after life. That's when you will be able to design structures that will set everyone up to win moving forward. This is going to be an amazing journey, and I can't wait to have you there so that at the end of our 5 weeks together, I can see how far you've come and that your heart is now happy, whole, and free. You don't have to make up your mind now. Mindvalley offers a guarantee period, so you can try out the program and get a refund if you're not fully satisfied. So in effect, you're not even required to say yes. You're just saying maybe. But I'm confident you're going to love this program. It's going to help you to resolve your painful relational patterns once and for all. I look forward to seeing you at the quest.